Okay, and I think we're live. It's starting and we're over here on Zoom as well. So hello, hello, hello. I'm just giving it a second to load. No, now we're definitely live. All right. Hello and welcome to this live masterclass. And I'm jumping real quick between the screens and until everyone's here. I have my Zoom open. And I do have you joining live. So if you're live here on Facebook, then please do say hi. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're tuning in from. I know for some of you, it's in the middle of the night. And for some of us, it's the morning here in Bali. As you can see, I position myself in front of this now not so green rice field anymore. They just the other day dug it up and worked the field so that there can be new rice being planted soon. So that's my background setting, and then I'm just double checking that I'm actually live here. And in the meantime, use this time, even if you catch the replay, then hashtag replay. I'd love to know who is joining us on a replay as well. If this is your first live, also let me know. And I'm so curious where everyone is from. And if you are in the Zoom room, yeah, perfect. Now let's get started because we have a few things to cover. And I'm really excited to talk to you today about this all because I feel there's importance in this conversation. And, you know, for me also to cater best to your needs and what your questions are around this, actually type in the comments if you're watching live, and also if you're catching the replay, how old are your children? Because this is a very important question. We are all going through different seasons, and yet the age really matters of your children, right? Because I do remember my children are now 7 and 9, and it feels like I'm out of the thickest. And yet, if I look at parents or especially moms with teenagers, then I think, well, I'm out of the one thickest, out of the one phase, right? And then there's another season coming up soon, teenage years. I'm a bit no, I wouldn't say scared, but I'm a bit nervous. Hearing all the stories, knowing my own teenage years have been really fun for myself, not so fun for my parents, I guess. And so the age matters truly. And that affects everything, right? It affects us, it affects our motivation, our determination. And so tell me in the chats as well, how does your business feel right now? And I can definitely, like, if you tell me the age and you tell me how you feel in your business, I can tell you, even without telling, well, let's do the other way around. If you don't tell me the age of your children, I can guarantee you, I can almost guess how old your children are. If you say, my business is breezy and fun, you definitely don't have newborns or toddlers. So, yeah, okay. This masterclass has this one goal. And take what you need. Sit here with an open mind and an open heart and just think how every information and everyone who talks to you or every conversation has something in for you. Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur, seasoned mom, whether you have done the inner work for the longest time, whether you've had a gazillion, masterclasses like this one, but I guarantee you that there is something in for you today. And it's not about learning another strategy. I promise you. We can talk strategy all day long. This is my fun zone. This is something that I would call myself a nerd. I am a business coach and marketing expert as a profession. And that is how I used to cater my clients entirely. before, not switching, but before expanding, I should say, into the Sovereign Mamas movement and this ecosystem here. But the backbone of everything is strategy. Yes, it is like how you build and create your business so that it actually flows with your life. And so, um, but the point being is we're not talking strategy in the sense which strategy serves me to make more money. It's more about changing the way you build so that your business serves your current season, serves your lifestyle, or the, aspired lifestyle that you're um, calling in right now. Okay. So that being said, I'm still here. Yeah. Okay. I'm just jumping between different screens. And I quickly want to, I know like you're in my Facebook group. And so somehow we've met and crossed paths. And yet some of you might not even know anything about me. And you're new here. And I'm really excited that you're here. Old or new, I'm happy to uh, talk about this today, and I want to just briefly introduce my story so that you get some context as to why I'm actually talking about this. Why am I the one talking about, you know, sovereign mamas? What is this? And, um, you know, who is this person? So I keep it really short and entertaining. You'll find a lot of information on the internet about me if you want to do some background research. But in a nutshell, I'm from Germany originally, but I left my home country in 2011. And, I used to believe that the answer to everything was more discipline, more consistency, another funnel, another strategy, another, next best thing. And then looking back, I really think none of those were actually ever my problem or a challenge or the problem of my clients, because this was exactly what I have been, still do, helping my clients with today, finding out which one works for you. And yet along the way, I found out that actually all the strategies work or none of them work. It really depends on you. Okay. And so when I came across that really big realization, I said, okay, so hang on. One strategy works for her, but not for me, or vice versa. What's the deal? And I went down my path of spiritual awakening, did personal development work, and really dug deep because it kind of fascinated me. It was really something I wanted to learn more about from this lens of a business coach. How can I support my clients better and more efficiently so that I'm not saying this and it's actually not going to happen. And for her, it is happening. So I wanted to have a really bulletproof way of supporting my clients. And as always, you have to start with yourself, right? So while I was traveling full time for 10 years, from 2011 until COVID happened, there was a lot of gathering. I was not only, traveling the world, exploring the globe, looking for new insights, new places, meeting new people, but also I've gathered a lot of skills in the online space because I funded my travels uh, only and solely from my online business. And at the beginning, it looked very different than it is today. So I pivoted 100 million times. I had different brands, I had business partnerships, um, I had a lot of reinventions along the way. And that's all part of the journey. That's all perfect. So, you know, moving countries, single motherhood happened when my boys were 2 and 4. And ever since I've been solo parenting them in Southeast Asia, just because I love the weather here much more than in Europe or anywhere. And at the same time, while my children were growing up, while my business clarity, I should say, has become more and more clear and tangible for not only for myself, and now it feels like I'm really in this embodied state of who I am. Like I'm now truly representing who I'm claiming to be. And over the past years, it was always like a part of me was already there. A part of me knew how to make money online, but a part of me was still lacking maybe the self-confidence to sell it properly. A part of me was perhaps striving for more boundaries, right, around my time. And another part of me was already living freedom, the freedom lifestyle that I decided one day that this is the life I want to have and want to create. And so did it come with financial uncertainty? Did it come with, difficulties? One of my sons has special needs. I'm not supported here at all. Have never been in the countries that we've lived in. Now it's Bali, before it was Thailand. And so still, and everything along the way have shaped myself, of course, right? My personality and the way I'm guiding and leading my clients today, and of course how I'm building this movement and leading this movement, because eventually I realized I didn't need another strategy, and you also don't need another strategy. I just needed 3 shifts. There are probably a lot more, but there's these 3 shifts that I want to talk to you today about that hopefully will be very supportive. You can walk away from this masterclass or this stream here, and even if you only feel 1% better, wouldn't that be an achievement? So let's just say today the only goal we have is feeling 1% better about something that I will touch on today, because I'm sure one of the things I will talk about today, you are currently facing, you are currently navigating, not even, not necessarily struggling in the way of survival struggle, but in the way of being faced with certain challenges. And if at the end you feel like, wow, this was amazing, I got so much out of this, then I just invite you to stay on, because I will share with you how you can stay with me in a close proximity container. And I will share a little bit more about that at the end. But if you are not interested in anything today other than these 3 shifts, then just hop off whenever we're at the point when I said, now I've delivered what I promised, okay? So, bum bum. I have a little few notes here because there's so much I can talk about, and I need to really focus. Focus is one of the things that is, as you probably know, is gold and is a key, how should I say, key skill maybe that helped me a lot, because there's a lot of things that you can do in the online space when it comes to building your business, when it comes to creating your legacy online. And of course, there's a lot of distractions along the way. And if you focus on all the things and nothing, okay, here, I was just double checking if I'm truly live here in the group and not on my personal profile. Would also not be the worst thing. Please, please, please also comment your questions below this live stream if you have any when they come up. I try to jump in, but probably I will just go through this and then answer your questions. If I don't catch them now live in the chat, I'll catch them and answer them in writing afterwards. All right. And perhaps coming to the questions, No, I know some of you did actually hand in some questions. If I get to that at the end, I'll do that for sure. Okay. Now, the shift number one, and they're not in a specific order, so it's not more important this one than the other. I just picked three that I feel have the importance, and that is the energetics behind everything, right? And so stop building from survival. I know this sounds harsh, and I know you will say maybe some of you are in the thickest where you say, but I feel like I'm surviving and not thriving. So how do you mean? Right? And trust me that this is the hardest phase. If you're in the middle of it, know and trust, I've been there. Okay. I truly have been there. I know what I'm talking about when I say that is probably the most challenging phase of your entrepreneurship, but it can only get better from here. If you manage to get through this and get yourself out of this phase, then the sky is literally not the limit, right? So what do I mean? Like about what do I mean when I say stop building from survival? It's actually what we do when we feel like we need to survive. We chase money. We say yes to everything, right? We offer inconsistently something just because we think the next idea might work better than the other one. We feel guilty. We feel ashamed. We're definitely not proud of ourselves, and we feel burnt out. It's this drag, and I can't. And we actually do not want to be seen, right? We hide. So it's this really awkward position to be in. And I honestly send you so much love and empathy if you're in that. But survival can also mean in a different area. So I'm not only want I don't only want to talk about the actual survival stage, because I hope a lot of you are here who are already having thriving businesses, but you might be at a point where you feel it's not going higher. I'm at my glass ceiling. I can't break through this wall, right? I can't. For some reason, I cannot find the next level, get to the next level. And so I would have loved to see if someone is live. Because then I could have just got a few examples through, but that's fine too. I can give you some examples as well. Now, Facebook is just telling me to close the window, so it's not okay. Let me close this here. Having troubles. Don't worry, if this live stream is choppy, I will upload the replay. I have it on Zoom. So I'll upload a better quality later. It's the same content, so don't worry. All right. So again, how do you do it, and what do I mean, and what's the one thing you can take away from this shift? When you go and look at your business activities, when you go and really sit with yourself and think, where in your business are you actually reacting instead of leading? These are the areas, sorry, where you can identify lack, like your mentality goes towards scarcity. You're definitely not like excited in these areas because you're like, oh, I need more clients. I don't have. I need more followers. I need more subscribers on my email list. I want more sales. Like all these things are coming from this survival and lack mentality. Okay. And on the flip side, also, maybe it's not the flip side, but on the other hand, there's also this consistently overgiving. So you have someone finally, someone comes to you, and then you say, Yes, and you put everything into your offers just to validate the price, just to make it really good, so to make them happy. Let me know in the comments if this has been you, if this is you currently, if this resonates at all, because the problem with this is truly that that's not sustainable. That's not something you can carry forward, is anywhere near where you can expand and grow into a global uh, brand or business and scale essentially, right? This is not an energy that leads you to that big goal, if that's one of your goals. If you want to become, the known expert in your field, or if you're creating, like myself, a brand that's globally known for the culture that I'm setting here, for the village culture, for the sovereign mamas that are done choosing between motherhood and entrepreneurship. So you have to just get into a different vibe. And when I noticed that I might not be in the best energy and on the best frequency for what I am actually saying that I want, but I was down here, it dawned on me, it can't happen. And if you're a fan like me of Abraham Hicks, she keeps saying you can't get from here to there. If here means that you're worried, that you're struggling, that you're not proud of yourself, and here means the abundant, thriving entrepreneur. So this gap needs to be closed only and can only be closed by you feeling good about where you're at. Easier said than done, and I know, but it is a practice. It's something that you can achieve by making the decision and by you really showing up for yourself, saying, right, I'm done people pleasing, I'm done undervaluing my offers, I'm done selling myself too short, and I'm done creating nonstop something new because I don't believe in what I've created before. Okay, let me know if that's helpful. I can go on and on and on about this because it's a big topic. It's something that really has different angles, and yet I think I made my point. You need to feel good at no matter where you are right now, even if you say, but I have nothing to feel good about, there's always something. Find it. There's always something you can feel good about. Feel good about, well, if you really literally haven't achieved anything just yet in your business, then be grateful for the things that your thrive, your motivation, your ambition. Some people don't even have that. So you got to find that good feeling thought and then build from there. So, shift number 2. Uh, Build around your values, not around Instagram or around hustle culture. Okay. So always ask yourself, what kind of mother or person do you want your children to remember? And that's really a powerful question, because if you think about yourself going through the day, stressed and really frustrated and tense, you know, we know we're always being watched, right? Is that really what we want to create and leave the impression on our children? It's so important. Like, could I be upset right now? Maybe past me would have said, "Oh no, my Facebook Live is now ruined." Does it really matter? No, doesn't. Someone was just wanted to sit next to me, and that's fine, right? And then you have to ask yourself and come to your own definition of the business that supports exactly that woman that you want to be. And with that, you look at, what do you need? What is it that you need? And it looks for everyone very different, but it can be simple. I love simplifying things because sometimes we really overcomplicate things and don't even get started or don't even continue because we think we have to have all the things we might see other people doing. And that's truly not the point. So hang on. There's another little question here. Just gonna. So look at the offers or one offer and think about first of all, you need to have a goal, right? You need to have a clear vision of who do you want to be and what is she doing? Like if you think about yourself in a year, it can be in 6 months, it can be in 1 month. It doesn't have to be long. But the woman that you're envisioning and that you're is aspiring to become does things differently than you do today. And so your offers and your systems, your boundaries, they need to support that already in the now so that this woman can come out. And so I kept repeating to myself, have to feel happy, abundant, free, thriving, successful before it's actually manifested and before it's actually true. Not because I fake it, but because I am stepping into this timeline where it's already happening. And I'm stepping into this embodied version. And I have to embody it first before it can actually happen. And so even before you feel important, or when you're maybe you're a solopreneur and you don't have a team, still schedule in some CEO time. Have some really big boss pants decisions and tasks and activities that signifies and symbolizes and radiates out of you that you're serious about your business, that this is not a hobby. It's not an expensive hobby. And whatever you do, because you feel like you should be doing things, simplify, 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 simplify. So again, shift number 2, build around your values. Do that and you will create the true wealth set up for yourself. You create a culture already before you've attracted or built the big brand and the big community. But that's what's magnetizing your people. And then shift number 3, and I'm browsing through this because I'm now adapting and adjusting to my son's needs. I know he's been here twice. I paused this recording, the life is still going, and I know he's going to be wanting me now with him soon. And that's okay too, right? So just be flexible. Don't attach so much to the outcomes. I had the goal to go live today. I have my children here with me. There's a school holiday. I'm a single parent, so I'm still making it happen. And if it's imperfect, if it's messy, that's okay because I'm still showing up. I'm still giving my best. I'm still providing value, even if it's maybe not that polished version and PowerPoint presentation that I could have done, but at least I'm doing something. I'm standing in my mission. Okay. So shift number 3, receive. So I spent years believing that independence meant doing everything myself. I'm good at it. I have been doing it all by myself, And yet that's not the point of living. We're social creatures. We human beings are meant to be living in a village. We're meant to be in connection. We're meant to be together. And that's true not only for our social life or our private life, it's also true for your business. And by this I mean build a community. I've done the service provider route. I've done the me to you, me to the masses. And it never landed, it never felt connected, of course, right? So what changed for me when I realized not only do I not want to do things alone in my business operations, like you need a team, you co-create, you collaborate. That already feels so much better than doing things alone. But also I want a community. I want some people who have the same values, the same standards, like me, the same aspirations. And if it's not there, I have to create it. I have to be the leader and do it or join, you don't, not everyone needs to create their own communities, but if it's not there out there for you yet, then in my case, I knew I needed to create Sovereign Mamas because I didn't find any spaces that would fit my needs and be there in this form and capacity that I think is necessary for us mompreneurs. And so building something and, also when you build it and you know that you are always on the leading edge, then you need mentorship, right? The minute I stopped thinking I know everything because I've been I've been all these years in the online space, I've seen it all. That was my ego. That was my arrogance. That was me thinking I know it all and I don't need help. But the minute I flipped it and said, there's always someone who knows something, like one step more, two steps more, just be open. It's okay to be coached. It's okay to mentor. It's not a weakness. It's actually so natural because we can see our own blind spots, right? And so yeah, getting mentorship, build your own community, collaborate. If I support you and you win, I'm winning. I believe that there is enough for all of us. And so why wouldn't we collaborate? Why wouldn't we cheer each other on? And why wouldn't we come together and really celebrate in person and like fine tune and embody that work that we're doing online? It's beautiful, but I'm just excited that this brand and this community and this movement that I'm building is also, has also retreats as part of the experience, as part of the ecosystem. And so, yeah, when I saw it all and I knew, of course, I need to let everyone else come in, receive the ideas, the support, the network, the linking shoulders, everything floats so much more naturally. And it becomes this, it's a living, breathing thing. And I just see my own philosophy, the theory that I had in mind, and that my truth was already here in my head. Now it's actually it's alive because other people come, resonate, support, want to be part of it. And can happen for you as well. Because sovereignty does not mean isolation. And it's actually quite the opposite. Can I tell you why sovereign spirit exists? This is, at one point was a realization of myself when I saw that the breakthroughs women have, they rarely happen because of one coaching call. They can, right? Oh, don't get me wrong. There are breakthroughs on coaching calls, but they happen because someone keeps walking beside them. Someone shares story. We're in connection. We're listening to each other. We have each other's back. And it feels like it's not only that it feels like we're not alone, we are not alone. Okay. And so this mastermind that I created and birthed and ran with a founding member round in this year in May and June, we tested the concept of how would it be if you can come into a space where we're all from different niches, different seasons of entrepreneurship, different seasons of motherhood, but we come all with the same goal to stay accountable, to being held accountable to our momentum, to being witnessed as we grow, to being okay to be seen to have a place where we can be vulnerable, where we have a place where we can actually talk about the things that usually don't belong into a business mastermind, don't belong into a women's circle, don't belong into like a, a parenting group. So this is a combination of everything. This is the sovereign spirit that you are. You are. You are the sovereign spirit first and foremost before you're a mother, a wife, a friend, a business owner. You have to work on yourself. This is where we talk spirituality, where we do our daily hygiene and we're doing our routines and rituals so that we can keep growing and so that we can stay connected to our mission, even when and especially when life gets full. And the life is always full, right? Tell me about it. When you're mom, there's always something to do, and you always feel like that has priority. But if you have the right people who call you back and say, no, 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 you told me this is your goal, you told me you want this, then you need the right people for it. And then only then you can create momentum and build something and actually burst something out into this world that becomes bigger than your imagination. Because we can't see our blind spots. Again, we cannot see what we cannot see. And here it's just a simple invitation. If this resonates with you, if you say, yeah, I've been spiraling. Oh, yeah, I can see where I'm always self-sabotaging myself. Yeah, I can see where I go 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. And I can see how when life is full, I'm just completely not showing up online for my clients, maybe, but not for, the goals and the routines that I set up for myself. So this is for you, no matter where you are in business. We talk strategy. You can bring your questions. I am happy to coach you through social media tactics. I'm happy to talk about anything that like blocks you in the technical side of things, in your funnel, in your marketing. But it's more for the women who want to stop building alone and share their excitement, share their struggles, their challenges, their wins, their um, next level goals. And if you're ready for accountability and show up, and if you believe in collaboration and in the abundance of opportunities and possibilities when we link shoulders, and if you're willing to be seen, and also to really come and show up, then that's your circle. And we just had a little break because of the retreat that was going on in July, but we're starting with a fresh new group now on in August, and you can 100% still join if you even if you catch the replay. This is an ongoing evergreen space. You come when you're ready, you come in, and it's always the perfect divine timing. Okay. And before I close this today, yes, yes, I'd like to ask you, or I'd like you to ask yourself one question today. Because think about it, if you stopped surviving and really sit with this, what would become possible? What is it for you, for your children, and then for your legacy that you are here to leave behind? What is this that you might already know? Maybe you have it on your vision board, or maybe it's just still deep down inside of you. Let it out. And if you feel called and brave enough to share it with the group, come and comment your goal or your expansion dream, miracle, milestone. That's what I'm looking for. Milestone. It's not a dream, it's a milestone. Then leave that with the group and tell us. Okay. Um, what else did I want to say? I think that's it. So I hope you had some breakthroughs, some realizations. Watching women arrive and carrying the weight of everyone else. And then standing a little bit taller. That is just something that fills me. And that's the transformation that I'm here for. It's not it's not because we consume more information. It happens because we're being witnessed, we're being challenged, we're being supported. And then we can actually grow and hold and expand further, further, further. And that is, yeah, that's Sovereign Spirit. That's overall the Sovereign Mamas ecosystem with all the different elements. But today it's all about Sovereign Spirit. If that calls you, you're more than welcome to send me a DM, email me, or go to our website, sovereignmamas.com. And yes, so stop leading alone. It's really something that has shifted everything in my business and in my way of going about my life. I hope this has landed, supported you. If you have any questions, leave them below and I will answer them. Take care. Bye now.